please. Quinlow, please. Quinlow as well, please. Quinlow, please. Quinlow. Sooner we get you up there, the sooner we can get the judging starting. Sooner we get you up there, the sooner we can get the judging starting. Sooner we get you up there, the sooner we
The Gender View Invitational Bull Sale will offer 70 industry-relevant Limousin and Angus bulls at the Coolabunga Sale Yards, August 16 at 12 p.m. Semen and morphology tested, fully vaccinated. A bull for everyone. Contact your preferred GDL agent. The Gender View Invitational Bull Sale will offer 70 industry-relevant Limousin and Angus bulls at the Coolabunga Sale Yards.
First of our junior baby class being judged. 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 Sports here at Nutrient. We do appreciate their sponsorship every year. So while we're doing, could we please have our third class in the juniors ready to come out, and also our third class in the seniors, if you could get up there marshalling, please. Third class of the juniors, if you're standing by, we will be taking you into the ring very shortly. Third class of the juniors. So in ring 2 at the moment, we will be judging our third class of the juniors. Third class of the juniors are entering the ring now. So if we could have our fourth class of the juniors ready in marshalling. And our third in the seniors ready as well. So for those people, excuse me, that just joined us, we are judging Nutrient School Paraders competition open to any school student. And just touch on our judges in the junior and intermediate ring, which is 11 to 13 and 14 to 15. We have Olivia Delaforce. And judging the seniors today is Leanne Ridley. The Paraders competition is open to any school student. Lead steer, and they can lead a lead steer, lead heifer, or a stud junior heifers or stud junior bulls under 24 months of age. They're allowed to be paraded in front of the judge. If we could have our third class of the seniors come to parade before the judge, please. So we will be judging the final of the juniors in a second. So if we could have the fourth class of juniors ready to come into parade before the judge, please. And while we're doing that, if we could have the fourth of the senior class ready, marshalling up as well. So once we have finished judging the last of the junior class here in Ring 2, we will be going on to the actual placings of the competitors in the junior classes. So if they could please go to the marshalling area, ready to parade before the judge those ones that were picked out in their classes. Um, Ladies and gentlemen, if anyone's lost a mobile phone, we have been handed in a phone from the ladies' toilets underneath the stock pavilion. So if you could come up, if you did lose it and you can identify it, we'll gladly give it back to you after you give us the password. It is an apple. So fourth class of the seniors, I hope you're ready to come in. And also the competitors finals in the junior class is ready to come in as well. As you've been noticing, I'm sure you've noticed the judges going around and commentating, speaking to the competitors after each of the classes, just highlighting a few things that they would like to see. Also some pointers as well. So into ring 2 at the moment, we are judging the junior class of Paraders competition. But while that is on, if we could get Group 5 in the seniors to get ready for marshalling. Someone by the last name of Eddie, if you could come up to the front office here. Those in the intermediate classes, if you could go to the marshalling area, please. Can we get the finals for the 16 to 18 up the marshalling area, please?
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a result here now. Ring the 11 to 13-year-old Nutrien School Paraders competition. First place to Lacey Lampkin from Scone Grammar School. In second place, Dusty Dool from Toogoolawah State High School. Third place, Fletcher Skillington from Scott's PGC. Fourth place, Tom Pryor, Cultivate Ag. Fifth place, Angus Hamilton, Scott's PGC. Sixth place, Sky McIndoe, Glen Innes High School. Seventh place, Alora Gould from St John's College, Woodlawn, Lismore. And eighth place, Max Sedgman from St Peters. And a highly commended to Ziva Harvey from Boonah State High School. I'd like now to invite our judge, Olivia Delaforce, to comment on her young paraders.
Thank you. Before I start, I'd just like to thank the RNA for inviting me here to judge today. And it's a very big class of young paraders here today as being juniors, so I had a bit of a tough job here. But when I look for my paraders, I just like good control of the leads and nose lead. I like keeping ourselves a little bit of room in the ring. I know it gets a bit hard with all these big classes. Looking at me, but also being aware of all your other people in the ring as well. And that's why I put this young lady up in first place today, and she can lead off now. She kept her heifer quite balanced, had good control over the leads, and she's a very showy heifer, but she worked well with that, and she constantly moved in the ring. Once she got boxed in, she moved out and made herself seen. So that's what put her over these three boys here in the next places. And I have to say, these three boys were playing for sheep stations here. This little boy in second place here today, he did a really good job at balancing up his steer. It was just that overall space in the ring that he got boxed in there at one point, and that's what got him underneath the girl. But he definitely did really good job at the lead control and keeping his animal balanced and calm, and that's what got him over the boy in third place here today. He's good. In third place here today, yes, he did just get boxed in a little bit. I'd just like to see a little bit more control in them leads and keeping that steer with a little bit extra pressure on his head when he's standing up. But he did a really good job at keeping him balanced, keeping him calm. He always looked at me being a judge, and he was very aware of himself in the ring. And just that overall awareness and control of leads and calmness got him over this young man in fourth place here today. In fourth place, he had a bit of a sturrier steer, but he worked really well with that. He kept himself calm, and at one point he had to bum into another steer to just keep himself calm, and I really liked that. He knew his animal and he knew how to control that, so that's what got him over this young man in fifth place here today. In fifth place, he's got a little steer, but he had just too long of legs and they did drag along the ground nearly the whole time, but I knew that he picked him up each time he stood his animal up. They weren't in his way, but it was those just little things that got him down here today. But that's his presence in the ring is just what got him over this next young girl. She did really well at looking at me. She was in one of the earliest classes, so obviously they're getting a bit hot and tired and the heifers started to stop walking, but she calmed herself down with that. She asked for help in the ring, and she just like that, she asked for help, and she got that heifer moving around really well, and they flowed really well together. And it is just that calmness and presence in the ring again that got her over in this next young girl. This next young girl, she was a bit of an underdog in the first few heats. This heifer played up a fair bit, but she kept her calm. She came back in this next level and did a really good job. I actually noticed her. She stopped at one point, took a big breath and continued on, and I really give her credit for doing that. She had really good lead controls and she profiled that heifer numerous times in front of me, so that's what got it over this next young boy. This next young boy, I feel like he's nearly one of the youngest in the classes. He's done a really great job. He was a little bit nervous in the first class, but he come out here playing for sheep stations again. He was very aware of me in the ring, and I just feel a few times he cut too in front of other people, just trying to be seen a little bit more around the ring. But that's what put him down in 8th place today, but there's nothing wrong with that. He just needs a little bit more awareness of himself compared to other people in the ring. And I just have to give a really big shout out to this highly commended lady here, Good job. Her heifer was actually really badly behaved in the first ring. She kept her calm. She was really good at recorrecting. She did a few turns. She put herself next to an animal that was quieter, and she did a really good job at controlling that heifer when it did the wrong thing. So I really like that. So thank you.
So in ring 2 we are judging the first of the intermediate classes, and in ring 1 we're judging the last of the senior classes.
Two, 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 two. Okay, so you want it over there.
Just a call, ladies and gentlemen, for 16 to 18 finals. Amity Nimmo and Charlie Pennell, if you could please head to the marshalling area.
Two, two, two.
Do you want to tell that kid to wait? We can go kidding. Love my photograph.
Dusty Dool, if you could come back up to the stewards at tent, please. Dusty Dool, you were just here a moment ago. So please come back up to the tent. If we could get the second of the intermediate class standing by as well, please.
The Gender View Invitational Bull Sale will offer 70 industry-relevant Limousin and Angus bulls at the Coolabunga Sale Yards, August 16 at 12 p.m. Semen and morphology tested, fully vaccinated. A bull for everyone. Contact your preferred GDL agent. The Gender View Invitational Bull Sale will offer 70 industry-relevant Limousin and Angus bulls at the...
In ring one, we are judging the seniors. So if the winners of each class could please parade before the judge. Each heat. So in ring one, we're judging the senior class, ladies and gentlemen. And that says the Nutrient School Paraders competition open to any school student. And our judge in the senior ring is Leanne Ridley. And in our intermediate class, we're in class ring 2, we're judging our second of the intermediates, and they are being judged by Olivia Delaforce. Righto, it looks like they've made a decision in the second of the intermediate classes. Possibly, hold on. Yes, that's correct. Don't forget the successful place getters first and second of each of the classes, that's junior class, intermediate class and senior class, will be required to come back into the ring for champion and reserve champion school parader. And don't forget this is sponsored by Nutrient. We do appreciate their sponsorship every year. And we do have a representative on site, Mr. Terry Ryan. Thank you, Terry.
Young paraders, if we could have now the third heat for the 14 to 15 years start parade, please.
If we get a class 4 in the intermediates ready for parading before the judge, getting ready at the marshalling area, please.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a result in the Nutrien School Paraders 16 to 18 years of age. First place to Georgia Mulcahy from Scott's PGC. Second place, Clancy Dool from Toogoolawah State High School. Third place, Henry Orton from Scone Grammar School. Fourth place, Jacob Merrick from St Catherine's Catholic College at Singleton. Fifth place, Eliza McNamara, Downlands College. Sixth place, Alora Ardrey from Maclean High School. Seventh place, Bindi Isaac from Peel High School. And eighth place, Charlie Pennell from Scott's PGC. I'd like to thank Mr. Terry Ryan from Nutrien Ag Solutions for presenting our winners in that class, and I'd also like to invite our judge to place her comments over these paraders.
Thank you very much. If everyone could just put your hands together for everyone that's standing out here and everyone that was in those heats. The calibre of paraders has really, I suppose, grown lots over the years that I've have been fortunate enough to assess paraders competitions, and there used to be, you know, a handful of standout competitors, and now look at it, we've got a whole ring of 25 that any of them could go out and lead studs or for the, you know, be the lead of your school, and it was a real challenge, especially with your numbers in a small ring like this. It wasn't giving you a lot of room to work, but we all have to learn to work under all those extreme conditions because we just never know what it's going to be like when we get to a show. I'd just like to compliment everyone on your dress and presentation, especially out in these. Everyone's got that down to a T, and I suppose that can't be a deciding factor. But I am going to encourage everyone to actually wear boots into a show ring and not slip on shoes, just for a safety point of view. Because if once they're tread on, I've seen so many slip off and things like that, and it's just from that safety. But I know that, you know, it's in fashion for your slide-ons and your Ariats, but just keep that in mind for safety as we get to these bigger royal shows and into competitions like this. I'd also just like to compliment everyone. I have tried to give everyone a little tip, those who were unsuccessful in the heats as well. I just feel that any competition they walk in here, they don't get told what they're doing wrong or maybe how they could slightly improve, or an awareness of how a parader's job, I feel, is to make the animal look the best before worrying too much about staring the judge down. That's your job as a parader. It's also to make that ring look very professional and glide along and smooth so that the judge actually can get in and get the job done a little bit quicker. And these were all things I was looking for, and I feel the top 8 I have, I could keep going down there, but once I start past these, I think we just all are very equal. So my reasons for this, our top 2, I feel 2 girls here. By no means am I ever sexist when it comes to paraders. I'm just looking for someone who has a really good overall rapport and balance, cool, calm and collected, and gets the job done without actually me drawing attention to the leader. It goes to the animal, and that's what I'm looking for, because when we're out judging these classes for cattle, we want to actually look at the cattle and not actually always stare down a leader that's overshowing, undershowing, and not listening to the steward. So congratulations. The girl on top, I ended up going with, I just really love the balance, the calmness. She never got frazzled. She always gave herself enough room. And I think in a show ring, even though it was tight, we can't always just be too busy watching me. We have to give ourselves that little bit of that metre of room in front of us if we can. It just keeps the ring flowing well. Presented yourself beautifully, and at all times that animal was set up to 100%. She was balanced, you had that head the right height, the eye level with the tail head. Little tips I've given people, and congratulations, a very, very good job. Second place, take nothing away. Very professional. At all times, this steer was just so presented well, stood up well, balanced well. She was always aware of how those feet were, and that is once again, I've instilled in a lot of you today, the presentation of that animal is your priority as a parader, not yourself. And she just always had him balanced, calm, and I just love how she'd pull him into line and stop those front feet together all the time. So thank you and congratulations to you too. The young gentleman in third place really caught my eye when he came into the ring, and I've given him the benefit of the doubt because he came in with slip-on shoes, and I said, but when you come back you'll have boots on. And he did, because I feel he's a tremendous parader. He knows his animal, he had it balanced, really got her looking her best, and he knew as soon as I walked up and said, is there a problem? He said, you're going to tell me about my shoes. So he knew. So thank you very much. He's probably footsore now because they're probably someone else's boots that are too tight. Anyway, congratulations on a very professional job on that one. In fourth place, a young gentleman here. When he first came into the ring, I'm a bit old school. I've been to America, I've seen it all. He started to do the show circle. Pull your animal out of line, to come back into line, to try and get my attention. And I said, please don't do that in my ring because we don't have time. He listened. I knew he was a good parader right from the start. Look how balanced. He knows that animal. He can stop that animal so square. And he always made sure that she was presented 100% for me at all times and so calm. So that's what I'm looking for here today. Congratulations. Young girl in fifth place. It's another tremendous... As I think you might be gathering, I really like the cool, calm and collected parader. The one that just strolls nicely to the pace of the animal, and this young lady is doing that. Footsteps in line with that animal, always stopped her up well, steer up well. Really balanced, and I just really think that a really understated approach to showing, and that's what I really like in a ring, and it made that ring work all the time. The young girl on the Bradford heifer, she caught my eye straight away in her class. Again, this animal was always paraded, just well balanced, stood up properly, and not once did I ever walk past that she didn't make sure that animal was squared up and balanced and presented to the best. And that is what a parader's job. Don't always worrying about staring down the judge, concentrate on those animals. The young girl on the speckle, she stood out in her class. I think she came in that the last heat. Really good job. Probably got a little bit overwhelmed out there sometimes, a little bit of a smaller of an animal, but always tried her best in getting my attention onto that animal. I love how you balance that head and keep that head up, and you really got her looking her best, and congratulations. Young girl in 8th place, really difficult heifer here. Heifer? Yeah, I think steer. Anyway, heifer to parade. She got sick of it. She got jack of it. The young girl was starting to get frustrated, and we've all been there, done that. And as I said to her, just remain calm and do the best you can. She did. She got that animal around, and I just want to compliment you and remember every other day will be a better day when the animals are really, really hard to get around. Congratulations to everyone. I'd just like to thank the RNA of Queensland for the privilege of being here, and I look forward to doing the championships with Olivia. Thank you.
Oh, they're online. Yeah, hold on.
Braxton, Tuccini, and just got to have a look. That's why you're reading Harry Orr.
Hey, now listen.
15.
If it's in here, that means it's on, right?
And then 9
On the other.
Harry and Thank you. Sorry, I hadn't got to that one yet.
I read somewhere.
Yeah, I will grab one now. I had my magnesium.
Finish this and reach the side. That's the last hit. And then we judge the final and then the champion. Good? Good.
If it's all right with you, we'll run the first. dedication.
Very well done.
Thank you.
Fantastic.
Thank you. Oh, I appreciate that.
Best return.
Oh, thank you.
Just a quick question. Is there a reserve champion?
Yes.
There is. Okay, thank you very much.
But that's out of all three classes, if you know what I mean.
Okay,
There's
so
no-
champ. So are you going to bring the first out, mate,
And
and
the
then do you want your
second.
second? Yeah,
We want the second.
Awesome.
So
Thank
Yep.
you. Thank you.
Oh.
Thank you very much.
Just a reminder, don't forget the second place getters in each of the classes to stay behind. You will be coming out into the ring for the judging of the champion and reserve champion parader. I believe we're on our last class in the intermediates, and then we'll be on to the judging of the intermediate class. And don't forget our major sponsor, Nutrient. Before we get underway, just for the judging of the intermediate class, I'd just like to go through a couple of announcements. Stock Live are proud to be supporting ECA by bringing ECA 2025 ECA Beef Week cattle events live to the screen across the country. Every ring, every breed, every day. The action begins today, as you can see, with the lead steer paraders competition, through to a jam-packed stud judging schedule on Friday and Saturday, and Champion of Champions after that, to the tune of the live auction. To GoStockLive.com.au. AgForce will be on the main arena during Beef Week judging with activities for kids, badge making, careers information and more. Make sure you drop in, especially the school kids, and see them. AgForce Schools to Industry Partnership Program will be hosting 2025 Career Snapshots today at 5 p.m. Career Snapshots today at 5 p.m. Agricultural professionals will present a day in their life, career pathways and opportunities in their fields to students. Come and discuss your agriculture. Also, if you're looking for a feed, apparently there's a Woolworths pop-up just in the main ring as well, a steak bar on the Machinery Hill as well, open as well, from every day. Morning of the beef during Beef Week. Yes, I did thank Nutrient. Thank you, Alex. And we are now into the judging of the intermediate class final. Also, pop up and visit the heart if you need a heart check today. The Australia today for a 15-minute basic health check. You can't miss their truck in the main arena. The truck's in the main arena. There it is, just to my right, actually. So pop over there and have a chat to them.
Ladies and gentlemen, while we're in the final stages of judging in ring number 2, if I could just ask that the first and second place getters from the junior and senior division, if you could begin to marshal in the same area that you marshalled prior to being judged for the first time. So across there to my right. And ladies and gentlemen, for your reference, we will be judging the championship in ring number 1, so the ring that's currently not being used. So if at the end of this judging you'd like to move across to ring number 1 just for streaming, that works much better. So we are going to move across to the other ring shortly.
Ladies and gentlemen, a result in the Nutrien School Paraders competition, age group 14 to 15 years. First place to Emma Carter from Scone Grammar School. In second place, Josie Harvey from Holy Trinity School. Third place, Emerald Dean, St Mary's Catholic College. Fourth place, Lachlan Hooper, Scots All Saints College. Fifth place, Chad Booth, St Joseph's Catholic College. Sixth place, Sky McRae, Scone Grammar School. Seventh place, Ollie Shearman, Scone Grammar School. And eighth place, Talia Bull from Boonah State High School. I'd now like to invite our judge to pass her comment on this parader class.
Thank you very much. This was a very tricky class, if I can say the least. There was nearly 100 views in these intermediate classes, and somehow I had to get it down to 22 and then 8. So that was very tricky, but yous all are very good paraders, and anything that I said to anyone out in the back lines, I loved how you changed it immediately, or you found a way to change it before you came into the next heat. So I have to commend everyone who I did give those pointers to. Thank you very much for doing that. Like I said, into the juniors, I look for presence in the ring, I look for spatial awareness in the ring, I look for safety above anything. I like you showing off your animal before you show off yourself. And this is what this young lady did in first place here today. She actually got hidden out in the back line a few times, but she made sure she moved her heifer just enough. She didn't poke and prod and do 1,000 laps. She moved it just enough to be seen each time I walked down every aisle. She profiled it to me each time. I even walked back and forth a few times and got her a bit mixed up a few times, but she did a really good at controlling herself, her animal, and she flowed really well. I think I've seen this heifer once or twice out in the ring already, so she's getting a bit tired, but she flowed around really well. She didn't keep smacking it or trying to make it do anything more than it needs to do, so I really give her credit for that, and she had great lead control and great presence in the ring, so that's what got her in first place today. In second place, this young girl, she had her eyes on me the whole time, which I love, but I just feel like she didn't have enough eyes on a few other animals every now and then. She had a good space in the ring, but a few times when we're walking around, she just got a bit bunched up to the animals in front of her, but that's the only thing that I could split from her and the young lady in first place. She profiled this steer really well, and obviously we know most of these cattle have been out 2, 3, 4. I think there's a steer out the back I've seen nearly 4 or 5 times already, and they've done a great job with that. But yeah, it's just the presence in the ring, and it is that overall ability to profile to me is what gave it over to this young lady that's in third place here today. This young lady's heifer did not want to walk out at all. She had a really tough time, but she asked for help constantly in the ring. She was aware of herself, she was aware of the heifer. She made sure she had enough space. I just feel that she had good lead controls. It was just coming down to these last few laps, and I pulled a few out in the top line. That she sort of got boxed in and wasn't too phased about it, but I just like to make yourself have room, make sure you're not in a way that you could get kicked, trampled, or even if there's a fright. So it was just that spatial awareness that got her in third place today. But coming down to this gentleman in fourth place, he had a really groovy steer and worked well and walked him out a lot. I just feel like he had a lot of pressure on the nose and didn't give him the space to walk some of the time. He profiled to me most of the time, and a few times when I wasn't looking at him, I did look back and he wasn't looking or wasn't aware of where I was some of the time, so that's what got him in fourth place today. This gentleman in fifth I left in the back line for some time, but he didn't ever stop. He had his animal profiled to me, he constantly watched. He floated around quite well with this steer, and I purposely left him out there to see if any of his demeanour changed, but he didn't. He was still in it to win it till the end, so that's why I asked him up here in fifth. I just have to commend him on his way that he leads, but it was just those overall, again, spatial awareness in the ring, and he just got boxed in down the bottom there, but he did make that effort to be seen again, so that's what I brought him up in fifth place. This young lady here with this heifer, she did a really good job. She's got a lot of presence in the ring. She's got good lead controls. She's neat and tidy. She walks out well with this heifer. I just realised that she started getting overwhelmed a lot of the time if the heifer didn't do what she was asked. And it is just sometimes just taking that breath, being really relaxed, and being okay that if your animal doesn't do something that you ask it to, is just you ask again in a nicer way, or you ask a different question about it. And I just think that that's one thing that that young lady can take away from today. Moving on to this young man with this Simmental heifer here. He did a really good job at working well with her. I just really liked that presence when we were walking around. He had good lead controls. I feel like he was a little bit hard on the nose sometimes. This heifer walks out quite nicely, and he didn't need to keep using his cane to stop her. She walks really well. He had really good control of her leads. And it just came down to that profiling towards me when I got into those bottom lines is why he's in the place he is today. Moving on to this young lady in 8th place. She did a really good job, and once again, she was one of the ones that I left in the back line. I had to really commend her. Her heifer laid down, and most of you probably saw that, but she didn't buff. She just got it back up, had a bit of a giggle, tried to brush her off the best I can, and it is that overall attitude in the ring that I really love in my paraders. Like, things go wrong, and that's okay, and that's why I had to bring her up into that 8th place, so thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will move on shortly to judging of the champions. As mentioned, we will move across to ring number 1. So if you are in the stands, if you'd like to move across before we welcome our paraders into the ring for the judging of the Nutrien Championship. So ladies and gentlemen, if you just want to move across to ring number 1, that would be greatly appreciated.
The Gender View Invitational Bull Sale will offer 70 industry-relevant Limousin and Angus bulls at the Coolabunga Sale Yards, August 16 at 12 p.m. Semen and morphology tested, fully vaccinated. A bull for everyone. Contact your preferred GDL agent. The Gender View Invitational... The Gender View Invitational Bull Sale will offer 70 industry-relevant Limousin and Angus bulls at the Coolabunga Sale Yards, August 16 at 12 p.m. Semen and morphology tested, fully vaccinated. A bull for everyone. Contact your preferred GDL agent. The Gender View Invitational...
So in ring 1 at the moment, we are judging the Nutrien Champion and Reserve Champion School Parader for 2025 at the Yeka Show. The judges in the ring there are Olivia Delaforce and Lorraine Ridley. Leanne, sorry.
Ladies and gentlemen, the judges have made their decision in the judging of the Nutrien Champion and Reserve Champion School Parader competition. And this year, our champion at the Royal Queensland Show goes to Georgia Mulcahy. They will receive the association sash, which once again is being presented by Mr. Terry Ryan, who represents Nutrien Ag Solutions, who are the sponsor of the School Paraders competition here at the Ekka and have been for many, many years. So we do thank them once again for their support. And our reserve champion today goes to Lacey Lampkin. I'll just ask one of our judges for comments on the championship class.
Thank you very much. On behalf of Olivia and I, again, thank you to the RNA of Queensland for the privilege of being here. I think you can tell by the calibre that's come out of each of the divisions how tough all out the afternoon was, coming out of heats into finals and then up into this. We'd just like to compliment you all on a terrific job, and I think you can tell by the paraders that are out here, Olivia and I like the very similar style of parader. And that's an unassuming, quiet, calm, confident person, aware of their surroundings, aware of where the judge is, and aware of what makes that animal look its best at all times. And look, all of you out there, you changed those profiles to what side we were. You changed them to square up behind. You had tremendous use of your leads. You kept them alert and balanced. And look, balance in a ring is the most important thing you could ever aim to do, I feel. And a good, well-structured animal and will naturally balance out. And if you don't, it's up to you to try and make that animal look balanced. Olivia and I both agreed, clear-cut, 100% with our champion here. The easiest decision I think I've made in a paraders competition. Congratulations so much. Your style and your unassumingness, your quiet, calm approach, yet that animal was always 100% on show. She was balanced. She is a very structurally correct animal. I was judging, I'd love her. But she's just, you don't overwork her, you don't overshow her, yet you can't not always look at her. And that sums up to me what the epitome of a great parader is. And so you were the clear-cut winner. Congratulations and well deserved. In reserve, it was a toss-up out of our junior and our intermediate and the the runner-up in the seniors. It was a close split. I believe this young girl, Lacey, is only 13, right. I think the skill that she has for that age, she knew how to profile that animal, and as Olivia said, it was one of the reasons that she selected her. She knew how to balance her animal. The animal is, again, very complementary in all that, but she knew how to change that up. And I think for a 13-year-old, being able to come out here and run with the older ones and still have that same style and presence and balance is what you got you into the reserve championship. You didn't overdo it, yet you kept that animal quite alert. So congratulations, and don't let it all fall apart now. Good save, good save. And to the other four left standing, we've been around, we've complimented you, congratulations. Just keep enjoying showing cattle. Practice, and watch those people that you do admire, because you'll pick up little things, but you are all very capable of going out for leading for any top stud here. So congratulations to everyone, and thanks again for the invitation to assess them today.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, if you could please just put your hands together for all of our championship class as they leave the ring. And once again, just like to And if you could also just acknowledge our two over judges today, Olivia Delaforce and Leanne Ridley. They have provided some excellent comments, and hopefully the paraders take it on board. Ladies and gentlemen, that does wrap up judging for today. Once again, I'd like to thank our sponsors, Nutrient Ag Solutions, for their support of the paraders competitions here at the Ekka. We will see you tomorrow for more lead steer judging. And for tomorrow at 8:30 kickoff for junior lead heifer and junior lead steers, and we will once again be in this ring.
The Gender View Invitational Bull Sale will offer 70 industry-relevant Limousin and Angus bulls at the Coolabunga Sale Yards, August 16 at 12 p.m. Semen and morphology tested, fully vaccinated. A bull for everyone. Contact your preferred GDL agent. The Gender View Invitational Bull. The Gender View Invitational Bull Sale will offer 70 industry-relevant Limousin and Angus bulls at the Coolabunga Sale Yards, August 16 at 12 p.m. Semen and morphology tested, fully vaccinated. A bull for everyone. Contact your preferred GDL agent. The Gender View Invitational Bull Sale will offer